How is it going, everyone? I want to highlight a brand new PlayStation offer that's getting some traction. It's only available in the UK right now, but I feel like it signifies the sad state of affairs right now as far as PlayStation pricing and things of that nature. Not just PlayStation pricing, it is totally unfair just to put PlayStation under that umbrella, and it's not like this is a totally new thing. I've seen this happen before in the idea of leasing a console, renting a console, but now Sony has partnered with a UK retailer, and it is a collaboration in the United Kingdom, and it's a flex program, and we'll talk about that. So Tom's Hardware has an in-depth article about it, and we'll cover that. Sony-led program offers PlayStation 5 rentals starting at $13.50 a month in the UK across 12, 24, or 36-month leases. Yes, having a PlayStation 5 is such an essential quantity in life, like having a house, having a car. You know, you can get into a lease with Sony, and you can lease your PlayStation 5. If you don't want to pay for it outright, or you can now lease a PlayStation 5 with reoccurring payments thanks to local collaboration with Rilo in the United Kingdom, and it's called Flex. Rilo is a tech subscription service in the UK that allows customers to lease all sorts of stuff, including televisions, phones, appliances, and consoles. PlayStation 5s were already available on Rilo's site, but this new program is in partnership with PlayStation Direct, making the process even more accessible. So now PlayStation is completely involved with it. It's not just Raylo, let's say, buying PlayStation 5s and then housing them and then leasing them out. This is directly involved with PlayStation. And instead of buying from a third-party vendor, you can buy PlayStation hardware directly from Sony via its online store. Every item sold there is authentic and official. And PlayStation UK did put out a tweet. Join your friends on PlayStation 5 with Flex. Lease a PlayStation 5 Digital Edition console starting at $9.95 per month for a limited time only. Wow, what a nice offer. And the offer does include 4 options. You can go 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, and an indefinite rolling plan. The longest lease is the cheapest. That'll be $9.95 a month on the base PS5 Slim, and then you can get one for $19.50 a month. That is the more expensive option. They have other options available, and then you can get add-ons like including the PlayStation 5 Pro instead of the base console. You can get the PSVR 2 and the PlayStation Portal, the DualSense Edge controller. All that you could get at a bigger monthly subscription cost, and this is the sad state of affairs, and I know this isn't completely new. There have been offers done before. I want to say Xbox had offers before in the past where you could rent a console, or you could get on some sort of payment plan, and then you'll end up paying way more if you're on that payment plan by the end of it. But we are 6 years into the life cycle of the PlayStation 5. This year will be 6 years, I should say. And if you look at the price point of the PlayStation 5, and it's not just the PS5, it's all consoles. We're a PlayStation channel over here, so we're talking PlayStation. The console is, at best, the same price if you get it at a discount, but more often than not, you'll pay more than what it costs for the console at launch. Now, obviously, at launch, there was the lockdown situation. People were buying up the consoles in secondary market. It was crazy. However, the MSRP is what we're talking about and what retailers were selling it for. The price point has not gone down. It has gone up. And if you compare it to, let's say, the PlayStation 4 or the PlayStation 3 came out in 2006. And if we look at the same timetable, 6 years after the launch of the PlayStation 3, which, mind you, 06, it came out at $599 US. Who could forget that? There was a $499 option, so let's just take the $500 option in 2006. By the time 6 years had come and gone, and we were in 2012, you could get a PlayStation 3 Slim with, I kid you not, 10x the amount of storage that the initial $500 option that had 20 gigabytes had. You could literally, I believe, get a 250 gigabyte PlayStation 3 Slim. If not, it was at the very least a 120 gigabyte PlayStation 3 Slim, so 6 to 12x the storage capacity. You would get like a bundle for $299 or $200. I want to say by Black Friday of 2012, there had to have been bundles for $199 to $249.99, and you would get games like the Infamous Collection and Uncharted 2 or the Uncharted Collection just bundled in there. You would get bundles like the Killzone Collection just in there and things of that nature. Ask yourself this honestly. Do you think Black Friday of this year, there are going to be PlayStation 5 offers that slash the price of the console, even the Slim edition of the console, down to $300 or $249.99? Let's say $300. Will it be slashed down to $300 And will they bundle in, let's say, Astrobot and Marvel Spider-Man 2? Will they bundle in 2 games like that at $300 for the PS5? You would have to be absolutely insane if you think that's going to come to fruition. But the same can be said about the PlayStation 4. 6 years after the PlayStation 4 came out in holiday of 2019, sure, maybe the price differential wasn't as egregious because the PS3 was priced so highly right out the gate, but the PS4 was offered at heavy discounts with a ton of games getting included and so on and so forth 6 years after launch. The PlayStation 5 at this stage of the game, 5 years after launch, look at the holiday offers that we had. It was like a Slim for $450, and whoa there, dude, you got some Fortnite bonuses to go with it. Wow, what a great offer there is. And I get it, it's a totally different climate, but that is the state of the current climate of buying a console. And also, when you assess the current climate of the economy and things going up in price, housing costs, food costs, etc., buying a console is becoming less and less of a mandatory thing. I mean, it was never a mandatory thing, it's playing video games at the end of the day, but it is becoming a harder thing to do, especially for those people that they were on a PlayStation 4 for a while, and I would see comments all the time of people being like, yeah, I'm still on my PS4, why would I buy a PS5? I don't want to spend the money on that. And at some point, I would have to think those people are like, all right, all these games are coming out, GTA 6 is gonna come out, Wolverine's gonna come out, Soros is coming out, maybe I would want to buy a PS5, but it hasn't even gone down in price. Those people that are were playing the I'll be patient game really hasn't been beneficial whatsoever. And more than anything, a bigger issue in all of this is with the climate of the world as it is, it's a double whammy when PlayStation doesn't have any competition. Yeah, Xbox did raise their prices as well, but it's not like they're even trying to be competitive with one another. That's not the story anymore. And with that being said, if Xbox raises its price, PlayStation's gonna raise it. There's no need to actually be competitive with the other options on the market, because guess what? Outside of PlayStation, for a lot of people, there aren't a lot of other options on the market. The Xbox is more expensive. Nintendo has its limitations with its platform, and Nintendo Switch 2s are $450, $500, and PC gaming is also incredibly expensive. So the reality is, gaming in general is just fairly expensive relative to where it would be years after a console comes out in the past, and that's a bigger statement on the world economics. But I also think there is that element of, you know, you don't have a direct competitor with PlayStation. The Steam machine coming out, you think that's going to be a direct competitor in terms of price point is concerned? It's not. The PlayStation 5, as far as consoles go, and, you know, probably will be the best value proposition, although if you assess it from a longevity standpoint, PC gaming, even though the upfront cost might be a little bit more than $500, not paying to play online, the cheaper games, etc., probably would benefit PC gaming in the long term. But in terms of just consoles, you know, the PlayStation 5 is going to be the best option. What are you going to do? Buy an Xbox? Buy a Steam machine? We'll see how that turns out and what that's ultimately priced at. There is the benefit of, again, with the Steam machine, you're not going to have to pay to play online. The Switch 2 is out there, but not having any competition, I think, is going to be an issue. And I think ultimately, once that PlayStation Plus price point goes up, I think people are also going to realize, oh, yeah, they're actually going to go all in and taking every single dollar that they can from us. But that is going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts. But again, it's not the idea of just having a lease option, but it's the leasing option in terms of where the console is today. 5.5 years, 6 years after the launch of the console, and you're talking about it being more expensive, where in the past, again, look back at the PlayStation 3, where it launched and where it was. Look back at the PlayStation 2 if you want to look at relative comparisons. Look back at the PlayStation 4. 5 to 6 years after launch, these consoles should be, you know, bundled with great games. They should be on the discount bin, but not necessarily in the bargain bin, but discounted heavily. And, you know, finding offers for $300, even $350 with 12 months of PS Plus bundled in with a game. That's literally what you would get in the past. And nowadays, PlayStation Plus doesn't get as good offers. PS Plus is probably going to end up going up in price. Games are going up in price, whether or not people want to admit it or not. That $70 price tag might be there, but we've talked about it ad nauseum. Look at those special editions and look at the content that's being kept away from you, and look at the microtransactions. If you have the functionality to use one brain cell, you can figure that one out. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.